Meh. Meh.
Stop, got some McDonald's. We're good to go. So, got an hour. We'll be in the tree stand in probably an hour and a half. I don't have very far to go. Sit number 1 in Iowa, and it's cold. So that's a good thing. We worked all day yesterday and drove all night, or most of the night. I'm sitting on the edge of a big timber piece, and this is a reclaimed CRP field. There's some does out here now in the CRP. There's a certain deer, a 10-pointer. It's very tight and narrow. His beams go up and they cross. It's really cool. I'm hoping that's the deer that shows up. He's been hitting. There's a mock scrape just up the little path here, and then one back behind me. And he's been hitting them quite frequently, but mostly been at night. So, but he's in here, so we gotta give it a shot. Took me 5 years to draw this tag. It's fun. I love it. Well, it's day 2 in Iowa. I'm just now getting around to doing an interview. I had deer all over me this morning. I hunted last night, but just seen some does. Nothing crazy. Me and Greg hunting some stands on some other pieces of property, but and more of a like kind of rut sits on some ridges, pinch points. There's been a lot of deer this morning coming out of this field. There's a cornfield to the south these deer are using for food. Problem is, it was chisel plowed yesterday, so I don't know how much longer they're going to be relying on it before they look for another food source, but no sightings of the 10-pointer, and he's not been on camera, so I don't know. I'm gonna hunt this morning, get down, here after a while, go back up. I'm gonna head back to Illinois, work for a few days, maybe a week and a half, and then I'll come back over here. That's the plan. But yeah. Hopefully the 10 shows up. Well, it's my first sit in Iowa in November. I came here a couple weeks ago and hunted for just a couple days. Had to get home. That's the breaks of having a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old. And I didn't want my wife to go insane. So I just got it set up. There's already a doe out in the switchgrass. It's the rut. It's November. Anything could happen. It's very warm. I don't like that, but we'll see. Got high expectations. I got about 4 days to hunt here, so. back in the stand. It is super foggy. This weather's all over the place. Unfortunately, I couldn't film it, but I just had a really nice 8-pointer come out, chasing some does. It's one we got pictures of. He's 5 or he's 6. I was really wanting to shoot Beefcake, but if that one came by, I may have to shoot him. It was a nice deer. He's got super long beams. He's heavy, so. But he ran a doe, 2 does out into this grass. He ran the one north, and then the other one just slipped in right here, so it's early, it's foggy, and it's November, so we'll see. But the good news is Beefcake was in here last night at beams are wicked. He was in here at midnight, hitting the scrape just south of us, or south of me. And we're guessing what he did is he went back into the timber or he went across the road to feed. And then he'll loop around and he usually hits this scrape north of me about 80 yards. Sometimes in the mornings. He does that on like a 3-day rotation, so. And we're on day 3 or 4, so I am hoping he wants to come hit it. It's really foggy and visibility is horrible, so yeah, bear with me. And it's warm again like it was yesterday. But it's November. Deer still got a rut. shoot that deer so bad, but I'm gonna stick to my guns and try to kill that deer we call beefcake. I mean, he was dead to rights I don't know how many times. We just switched over to shooting beast broadheads this year, and I really wanted to try one out on him right there, but oh well. That four-corn's out here just chasing does like crazy. I still got probably 20 minutes left, so he may still come out and do his thing. You know, those big bucks, mature bucks, wait till last night, so. We'll see. Well, here we are again. It's a little late than I wanted to do for an interview, but yeah, I had a bunch of deer running around me this morning. Didn't want to be talking or making a commotion, so I did a little something different this morning. I did a hanging hunt. I've been hunting down the fence row here. I moved up to this inside corner where this scrape is at. A lot of the deer have been cutting in and out of here. Seems to be kind of like a hub, so we'll see. I got in really early this morning. We're hoping that these deer just come filtering in. We're trying to kill either beefcake, the tight 10-pointer, or we're trying to kill the big 9, so let's see what happens. This is probably going to be my last day here for a couple weeks. It's supposed to be rainy tomorrow, unfortunately, but yeah, we'll see if we can make it work. Alright, so a quick recap of what just happened, because it happened fast. I've been hunting farther down this tree line, and a lot of deer keep coming out right around this little corner. It's like there's a scrape here, it's like a hub. The wind's never been the greatest for hunting right here, but this morning the wind was perfect, so me and Greg agreed the best thing to do to get in here and do a hanging hunt, which I did. And I'm literally 11 foot in the air. Just with all the branches, this was the only option I could do, so. But yeah, so deer have been running through out in the grass like they have been all week. There was some commotion going on over on that little point, kind of the same spot. There's actually a scrape over there. And then I finally saw that little, he's not little, he's pretty nice, 2-year-old. He's going to be a rock star. He was over there. He filtered out. He hit the scrape, followed some does, and they came down and came up, and they came to this scrape. They looked out into the grass, and when I turned, I just saw Beefcake standing in the switchgrass. So, well, I was hoping that since he's a more mature deer, that he was wanting these does, and he was going to come over here and fight this deer off. Well, the 2-year-old did everything he was supposed to do. He hit the mock scrape, and it obviously upset Beefcake enough. He came over, and I was trying to get my GoPros, but the problem is I'm only 11 foot in the air, and there's, I had 2 does and that younger buck at 15 yards, and then Beefcake's coming in, so I didn't want to be reaching everywhere. But once Beefcake got behind these cedars, I was able to pan the camera over and get it in position, get a handle on my bow and get it picked up. And then the young future star kind of veered off, and then Beefcake just turned, camed, standing right there, perfect shot. I got back to full draw, and then when he hit, I sent the beast right through him. Went that way. So I don't know. I mean, I would assume that he is, I like to think he's dead. I smoked him, I feel like. We're now shooting beast broadheads, and so I picked those up for the first time this year, and we'll see how good they do. 2.3 inch cutting diameter at, a 505 grain arrow, shooting 70 pounds. It blew right through him. I could see some blood right there, so. We came in here to track. Picked up blood. Just spotted him. Got him found, got him tagged. Best day of the year, November 8th. Well, here it is. Finally, it took me 5 years to draw an Iowa tag, and I was very lucky to have some good friends over here in Iowa. And this is what happened. This is my second trip over here. It's November the 8th, and this is a deer that we've been really trying to catch up with.
He gave us the slip a few times the last time I was here, and he's been all over the cameras, just not where we've been and where I've been hunting. So we came up with a plan. We did a hanging hunt this morning, and I got in over a nice scrape, and everything just worked out all right. I had a future mega 2-year-old come in, draw his attention, had a couple does, and this is the deer we call Beefcake, and he didn't like it. And he came from clear across the switchgrass, gave me a nice shot. The shot was a little far forward for being how quartering away he was. The end result is a good one. The beast broadhead did a heck of a job, as you can see. Really opened him up. I'm beyond blessed to have good friends like this, and I was very lucky to draw a tag this year.